We're here outside Dagenham Civic Centre with ex-Councillor Lawrence Rustem to talk about the Leadership Challenge. Lawrence, you were a councillor for 4 years. Do you think the party gave you adequate support?
No, the level of support that was given to the 12 of us from Party Central was lower than zero. So, you know, quite frankly, it's not very good. It's not very professional, and it's not very focused. Bear in mind that this was the biggest level of support that the British National Party had achieved throughout the country, and the support that should have been forthcoming never was. So, you know, it's a real shame. The only level of support that we ended up getting was from the council itself, which was a political assistant to us. You know, that was about 2 years in. There should have been financial assistance. There should have been professional assistance. There should have been everything thrown at this borough, right? From a Party Central focus, but it never was. And you know, partly I think that's what's led to the downfall of Barking and Dagenham BNP.
Lawrence, Nick Griffin was the parliamentary candidate for Barking. What impact do you think he had on the campaign here?
Negative. That's not to say that you know, it's anything personal towards Nick, the way that I feel, because there's been a lot of time when I've thought that he's a really nice guy, and it's nothing personal towards Nick. It's purely political. So, you know, the facts of the matter is that Nick's involvement, it's allowed the Barking and Dagenham British National Party, with Nick as its parliamentary candidate, to act as a lightning rod for the far left and the Labour Party to, you know, push all of their resources as much as they can to dislodge us, and his impact has been very negative. It was a huge mistake. Then there's the solidarity leaflets that we had that were forced upon us, and we were forced to put them out. You know.
But how did Nick himself go down on the doorsteps with the voters?
Nick's gone down very badly on the doorsteps. There's a lot of people that I came across that were going to would support us all the time, but couldn't vote for Nick. You know, partly, you know, the damage that's been done has been really detrimental towards the party. You know, so therefore you've got to ask how much of the party around the country has had a negative vote impact because of Nick.
So to sum up, you feel that the party is more popular with the voters than the leader?
Yeah, it is. I've come across it since May. Since the election, that the party is more popular than Nick. You know, you only have to look at the fact that Barking constituency picked up 10,000 votes, but he only picked up 6.5. That tells its own story, doesn't it?
Since your involvement with the Leadership Challenge, you've started to attract flack in what are known as the attack blogs.
Yes.
What do you make of the smears?
Well, they're smears. Apparently on the blog they've got me with three faces, one being Sadie Graham, one being Eddie Butler, regarding me as a traitor. Excuse me, but the only thought and feeling I've ever had for this party is my care for the party. I've never ever, and I've told this to Nick to his face on a few occasions, I'm not loyal to him, I'm loyal to the party, first and foremost. The party is the be-all and end-all. You know, the fact of the matter is, the matter of Nick as leader, it's nothing personal.
Do you feel the response?
Hold on, the leadership, you know, it's like they're considering it as like their personal football, where it's like kids in a playground. It's my ball and you can't play. So, you know, on top of that, there's the people that are engaged in this blogs on the other side that have resulted into physical assault on their opponents in the past. People that have engaged in all sorts of things that, you know, if if the leadership or if the party wider knew, they'd wonder to themselves, why is Nick surrounding himself with these people? And Nick needs to ask himself, are these people surrounding themselves around Nick because they like him or because they are using him? Few of them are. They're using him. And, you know, there's still some part of me there's a lot of part of me that still likes Nick as a person. But is decision making, is looking at what's straight in front of him, seeing the wood from the trees, you know, it's not good enough.
Thank you, Lawrence.